Hi guys. Mwah. So Abby can't stop laughing. So let's just get her over and done with. So this is my good friend Abby here, Abs.Shadows. Abby is a professional working MUA, and yeah, she slays faces. She slays faces. So she's here today. She's come for a visit. She's come to see the baby and the squishy and whatnot. But yeah, she's gonna do, obviously, come on. But she's gonna do my makeup today. Now, like, I never ever let anyone do my makeup. Like, I've never really had my makeup done like professionally. You did it once before.
I've done it once.
Khaled's done it before, and apart from that, like, only for training purposes at work and stuff. So this is one of the only people that's brave enough to do my makeup, I feel like. So yeah, let's get stuck in. So Abby's gonna do my brows. So I've actually never used this before. This is one that she's bought from hers.
Yeah, so we're gonna use the Pink Honey Super Hold Brow Glue. This is a really, really nice, strong brow.
Would you say that this one's better than the one that I have?
Definitely. Oh. So Echo has, is it the strawberry texture hold that you've got? This one is a hell of a lot stronger. Oh. My brows literally do not stick down for anything. Like, even though they're blonde, like, they're so thick.
Yeah, you do have quite a lot of like brows. Yeah. I feel like blonde people normally have like really, really fine brow hair. Yeah. But mine use a lot of tinted gels and stuff.
Mine are just
they're present and accounted for.
Like, they're blonde, but they're thick. So it's stressful trying to find something that will hold you down. But this product really does that for me.
I'm interested to see if it like works well. Because yeah, like you were saying, my brows, like, it's so hard to find something that holds them down.
This will last literally all day.
They're ethnic and whatever. I definitely got my dad's hair, body
hair.
Look at
that. It's literally flat straight away, like in seconds. And then I literally just take my thumb and press over them just to secure them. And then I'm gonna brush away any little strays.
We don't do strays here, honey. My eyebrows are trimmed to perfection. So you only have to comb it through once? Yeah. I don't think I've ever used anything that I only have to comb through once, apart from like got to be glued.
Yeah, like it goes down straight away, but then other than that, like any other movements that you can feel, it's just me like moving them around so that I can get them into a nice little place. But like, if you look, they're literally stuck.
This baby mirror, literally is like a child's mirror. Oh no, they are. They did a pretty good job. I feel like they're not like really like stuck to my head, but they're like held in place.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like, obviously I've pressed them down so they are a little bit more flat.
Yeah.
But then obviously if you didn't want them to be as flat, you can always just not do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get blank canvas.
Oh, I've never done this before, so you're gonna use blank canvas to carve out.
To carve the brow, yeah. So I really like to use this just because I feel like opposed to a standard concealer, it's got a lot more of a hold.
Okay, I think that makes sense. It's quite pigmented as well, aren't they?
Yeah, and I feel like you can really achieve that bright sort of brow bone.
Yeah.
So I'm going to begin to carve the brow. But yeah, in opposed to like a standard concealer, it's got a lot more hold. So.
And what if someone has like drier skin? Because I know some people do have like dry eyelids and things like that. Because I know that this product's quite like dry. It's not like extremely like wet, is it?
Not. See, that's why I only really put it just under the brow, and I'd use like my standard concealer and blend it around.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take a little tiny brush like this, buff around the edges, and then you've got that really nice sort of sculpted brow bone, and I never take it all the way to the front as well, just because I feel like it can look a bit too harsh then. Oh
yeah, because you kind of want the lift at like the pointed of the brow, don't you? Yeah,
I just like push it forward with the fluffy brush.
That makes sense.
So it's not much of a carve, it's just a little bit more diffused and pretty. But yeah, it just gives that sort of like snatched effect. Yeah. It's really nice as well to brighten up the inner corner.
Oh, okay.
Before you do, like, obviously I said earlier that I like to do a white inner corner. And it's just quite easy for that as well.
I guess they probably balance each other out nicely as well, like with that brow bone and then in the inner corner.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how I can carve a brow that fast.
She said, zoom.
I literally do it in about 5 seconds.
Just when you, like, how many, like, brows do you carve out every day?
How many
like,
brows do I carve out a day?
Yeah. How many brows do you carve out a day, do you think?
The
You have like 8 clients a day on, would you say?
No, I have like 15.
15 clients a day. You do 15 people's makeup. I thought it was like 8, 15.
No, I start at like 7 a.m. most days, and then I work up until usually about 8 p.m. back to back. I don't give myself a lunch break because I just can't be bothered, to be honest.
So you do you carve out 30 eyebrows a day?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I can get a full glam done like in
45 minutes.
Yeah, like 45 minutes.
That's crazy. Imagine like, nah. It takes me 10 minutes to do my eyebrows.
I'm dead. See, for an eyebrow, it literally takes me like.
Can't relate. I feel like my eyebrows are probably the thing that I spend the longest on. Probably. Yeah. I'm like obsessed.
So I'm now just gonna get my concealer. So this is the Barry M.
All night long.
All night long. In the shade Waffle. So it's like a little bit darker than Echo's skin, only slightly. And I'm just gonna tap this all over the lid because we're doing quite soft, subtle eyes with a bit soft and subtle.
From the look I've seen you've got planned, I'm not sure if soft and subtle describes it.
The eyeshadow before that.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Like, your brow bone's still popping, but it's not too.
Yeah, like it doesn't really look like I've got like anything on, kind of like it's very like skin like.
Yeah.
It's just skin like and whatever.
It is cute or whatever. So now we're gonna go on to our palette.
You can do it. I believe in you. You want me to open it? There we go. So we're gonna take the Artist Couture. This one's the Supreme Nudes. She's a very cute.
I have
nude.
no idea what it is.
But no, they sent it to me. I don't know anywhere that you can get Artist Couture here in the UK anymore.
No, I don't.
Because they used to be on Beauty Bay.
I was gonna say I'm sure they used to be on Beauty
But like,
Bay.
yeah, they haven't been recently. So yeah, I think if you order from them, you have to order from America. But they do really good products. Like all of their makeup is really, really good. But it's such a shame. Artist Couture, please come to the UK properly. Please.
So I'm going to start off with the shade Eccentric. So it's like this sort of camel colour. I'll let you hold.
No worries, this is my job.
That's your job.
It's made to hold.
And we're going to just go into the crease and create a really nice soft blend. I always find that when doing soft glam, like, you don't really want to do too much, like you don't want to be applying too much product. I used to do soft glam and literally, when I say soft glam, I thought it was soft. It was like a brown smoky eye.
It was Liverpool soft.
It was literally like a brown smoky eye, and I thought it was the most cute soft glam ever.
And bless you.
And now soft glam is literally what I have on my face now, with highlighter on the lid. And you want most of the colour to be focused towards the outer edge of the eye. You don't really want much going on at the front. And then I'm going to use a little clean brush just to soften out any edges.
Feels nice. I'm gonna fall asleep though.
Don't fall asleep,
I'll try my best. I'll try my very best, no promises.
I really like that colour.
Yeah, the nudes in this palette are so nice.
It's like a really nice neutral nude. It's nothing too.
Yeah, I like the way it's got like a mix. Like it does have some warm shades, but it also does have like the majority of its neutral
I feel like
browns.
it looks really warm in the pan.
But it's not, yeah.
So So we're going to use the same colour and we're just literally going to deepen up this very outer edge. But because I'm using a smaller brush now, it will just create a little bit more density and depth into the area. So you'll get a little bit of a darker outer edge. I'm going to soften back over that. I feel like with soft glam, it's literally just adding colour and then making sure it's all like really subtle and there's no like harsh lines.
Yeah, it's all just really blended.
Like whereas with colour, I feel like this is why I used to struggle with soft glam, because I was so used to doing colour and then obviously you blend with colour, but if you over blend with colour, you've like ruined
disaster. Yeah,
you've like ruined the entire look. Whereas with this, if you don't over blend it, it's gonna have some mucky lines, which we want to avoid at all costs. I'm so excited to do skin.
I think you and Cal were both saying like, your skin's so amazing. I was like, stop.
Do you know what it is though? I feel like I like doing a soft glam eye, but a soft glam eye doesn't look soft until skin's on.
Yeah, because like you need like the contour and the highlight and stuff. Otherwise
contrast.
the eye looks really dark. Yeah, for sure.
This is why I would never offer just eyes as an appointment, because when people come, they're like, oh well, this isn't soft, this isn't the look that I asked for, and in a matter of fact it is what they've asked for. It's just because they don't have the skin on.
Yeah, it's
gonna look heavy.
You might as well get the main meal, honey.
Exactly. So I'm now going back in with the blank canvas on the eye just to create a bit more of a nude lid. And we're going to tap that on. I love these Peaches brushes, they're so nice. Yeah,
Peaches and Cream do really good brushes. And I love how they do like the bundles
they're
as well.
They're so cheap as well.
Yeah.
When I first started makeup, like their brushes were the first ones I got.
I think like it's one of the first like big sets of brushes I ever got, for sure.
That's like the brushes that I got in my client kit when I first started. So I feel like they'll always be a little bit special.
No.
No, literally, if you scroll back down to the bottom of my Instagram, I have like a little picture of all my Kitco bags. I spent like £200 on my Kitco bags. My mum was like, why? But they've lasted me for a very long time. Like they're still up and running. 3 years later. None of them have broke on me, which I feel like a lot of the time, like the little PVC bags, they break pretty fast.
Yeah.
The My Kitco ones are so nice. Like they're really good quality.
Yeah, they seem like really durable.
They're so like good. But they have like the box ones, so it's like a big box bag. Have you seen the ones that I put my foundations in?
Yeah.
I have 2 of them. And I like separated them into dark and light foundations. So it's just easier to grab whatever I want. Just need to go back in and redefine. Just here a little bit. This is going to be so cute when we've got the liner and stuff on.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like proper soft glam done on your face by anyone?
No, because you and Khaled both took advantage of my eye space and you were like, let me do a crazy look. Like I'll put a picture of the look Abby did of me last time, and then compared to this, it's going to be very different.
But I feel like my style has changed so much since then as well.
Do you think so?
Like even the skin, I feel like you'll notice that the skin won't be anywhere near like that. Like it sort of is, but sort of isn't.
Yeah.
I feel like my application has got a lot better.
Yeah.
And use of like placement and stuff. Because I've always been really good at like colour choice.
Yeah.
So I've never had a problem with shade matching.
Yeah.
But then I find for me it was more like product placement and stuff. that I was struggling with.
Yeah.
And I feel like now I'm so much stronger with it.
I think it's so nice and like humbling to hear you say like that you're still improving, that you're still getting better. Like at the end of the day, like in your area, you're one of the top makeup artists, and that people travel far to get makeup done by you.
I had a girl the other day literally travelled 3 hours and she was going all the way back.
Wow,
just for
dedication. And she stood here right now being like, oh, I could still be better, I'm still getting better. And I'm like, bruh, you're already good enough.
But I feel like when you look at your work, if you're not sitting there being like, oh, I can change that and I can improve on this, like it's like, why are you still doing what you're doing if you can't?
Oh.
If you feel like there's no room left to improve, like you're not doing it right. Like you clearly, I don't know. Like,
I get what you mean. Like like if you're not striving for more, then
like once
what are you doing?
Like, obviously, once I've completed like one goal, like I this year I did a shoot with Beauty Bay, and I never thought that would happen. Like,
that's amazing.
Well, I thought it'd happen, but like in the next 5 years, not like anytime soon. And when they emailed me, I couldn't do that shoot originally because I already had a shoot booked in, and then that shoot got cancelled because the people on the team had COVID, so they had to cancel it, and like it got rearranged.
But for the only time ever, yes, COVID.
I was like, thank the Lord. But then I was nervous, so I messaged I emailed back and I was like, oh, like, I'm not sure if you've started it, but if you have, like, then, oh no, but if you haven't, then I'm available. I was like, I am available actually now if like you do need me. I was like, I'm sorry for any like messing around if that's how it feels.
Bless.
And they was like, oh yeah, we actually do still need you.
Yeah.
Then they got me in.
That's so nice. They're like, honestly, like I've done quite a lot of work with them, and they're just the most lovely brand to work for. They're just
they actually are though.
So like communication.
When I walked in, from the minute that I walked into that studio, it was like the most welcoming set like of staff.
I bet.
And they were all just so lovely, and they'd sent me the brief and everything, so I'd planned out my looks the night before. And it was just such a good shoot. I had such a good time.
Aww.
But to say that I've done a shoot with like one of the world's like strongest leading beauty retailers, it's like a global one as well. It's not just like a little tiny UK one. Yeah. It's one of the world's highest leading beauty retailers.
No, for sure. And like over the years, they've just become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like I feel like now, like Beauty Bay, like if I had a makeup brand, that's who I would want to sell on. I feel like everyone's like, that's who like we want to sell our makeup. Yeah.
And hands down, like I didn't think that would happen this year, but I'm so glad it did. Like that is probably one of my favourite things that I've done this year in my entire career actually.
Would you say that was your proudest moment? Because a few people asked us like, what's our proudest moments? Do you think that's...
I think it's definitely one of them, yeah, like definitely. And as well, another one is that I have done 3 Love Islanders this year. 3, not one.
She's always like, so. I don't watch Love Island. I'm almost like, okay, I spend my entire life being like, Abby, I don't know who that person is.
But like, I could have potentially done 6, but I was too fully booked.
Yeah. So I think that's so good that like, even if you're already booked, like just because someone's more famous, you don't drop the commitment to that person. And I think that's a really, really good like ethic to have on your business, like for everyone.
The way that I see it is like, I've always said to my clients, to everyone, it's first come, first serve. So when my clients are booking in with me, I always say it's like, book fast. If you leave it too late, then you've left it too late. And it's really, it sounds harsh, but it's true. Yeah. Because then I'll get people on the week being like, oh, like, hi, do you have any availability for this Saturday? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, babe, like, I've got nothing left. Like, I'm fully booked.
Yeah.
And then people will be a bit upset about it, but I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I always say on my stories, like, if you ever go on my stories, I'm always like, please make sure to put your appointments in advance, guys.
Like you've got bookings for Christmas, for New Year's.
I've got them all the way to 2023. Most of it's weddings. Most of it's weddings.
You had people messaging you. What was the festival that was on in Manchester the other day?
Part Live.
She's had people for Park Life next
year.
Messaging her.
Yeah.
I'm like, sister's booked and busy.
Literally.
Sister's booked and busy.
So busy. But honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, it's the best thing ever.
Booked and busy in the best way.
I'm gonna just darken up this outer edge. I like this so far. I really like this palette.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I feel like the blend is really, really like easy.
Yeah, it's definitely important, like when you're a makeup artist, you can't just drop somebody for somebody else. Like, you've got to keep your priorities straight and remember who was there first and things like that. Like, when people always say like feet on the ground, like, you've literally just got to think that, because I could have dropped one of my regular clients for somebody who's been on TV, has a really high profile, like got millions of followers.
Yeah.
But if I'd have dropped my client for this person, then I could have potentially lost that client forever.
Like, not just that client, their friends, their family.
Associates.
Yeah, it makes more sense. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's kind of like that thing, like, do you want 5 minutes of fame or your bank busy for the next year? Like, isn't it? Like,
exactly.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but these clients as well that have booked in with me, they've booked in with me in advance. A lot of my clients book in months before. Yeah. And as well, it's like, these girls have, some of them have been coming to me since I started like doing makeup.
That's crazy.
So like, what, 3 years?
Wow.
Imagine I drop them to do somebody.
I'm not gonna be happy bunnies.
Like, they're not gonna be happy. They're gonna be like, oh my god. So we're now going to use the Made by Mitchell Head in the Clouds palette. So this is a really beautiful colour story. When this came out, I remember I bought it literally as soon as it went on site.
The colour stories that he does are so nice.
It's immaculate.
Really unique.
So we're going to mix a little bit of Inglot Durline in there. And it'll just create like a really nice liner formula with the shadows.
What's the shade we're using?
Twinkle.
Like, I'm dyslexic and I just literally just can't, my brain can't process like any of these shadow names because they're all spelt like wrong to be like cute, but like my brain just can't process it. Like, I just don't know what any of them say.
Funny.
I just don't know what any of them say at all.
I remember every time you used to be on live and you was like,
the yellow one.
something so special about a winged liner.
Yeah, I do love a wing. I feel like a wing liner is something that like suits everyone. There's no one that doesn't suit a wing liner, and like makeup artist to makeup artist, it's like knowing how to do it, like definitely.
Yeah, as long as you can adapt it to every single eye shape, it's like,
yeah, it suits everyone.
It's just finding that sort of compromise. That's so pretty. Mitchell killed it with those shadows because they're so cute.
That's nice.
Having the trust in somebody to keep their eye nice and still whilst you're doing that.
Am I good? Do I do good?
Yeah, you do good.
Yeah, because Callum said I was good at keeping my eyes closed when he did a madness on my eyes.
See, it's not even about keeping it closed, it's just about keeping it in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, and I feel like some people, when they close their eyes, their eye like twitches.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had a client like that? Like,
I prefer it sometimes when people are just looking down.
Looking down, yeah, because it's not as straining on their eye. Yeah,
yeah, it's not as like full on.
Definitely. I think I learned that one the hard way.
Like, even when I'm putting lashes on, I always get people to look down.
Look down, yeah. Putting lashes on people is way, way easier if you get them to look down instead of eyes closed, 100%.
Because sometimes when you say eyes closed, people like screw their eyes up like that.
Yeah, it's so
and then,
isn't it? And
especially if you've got like a hooded eye, like I've got hooded eyes myself, and if I go like that, the skin just comes down and then it goes over like my lash line, and it's impossible to get a lash on. So if I've got less strain, it's like way better. This is going to be so different to the last look that I did on you. So I always like to put a tiny bit of moisturiser on right before doing skin, just because I feel like it gives a little bit of a tacky finish. It's sort of like the same as a primer, but I just feel like your skin benefits more from moisturiser.
Yeah, I think a good moisturiser is really important, and especially like I have oily skin, so I feel like a lot of people with oily skin are like, oh no moisturiser, but like
in fact,
it's in fact just what your skin needs.
Like usually with people that have oily skin, it's the skin's producing so much oil because it's dehydrated.
Yeah.
Like it's not all the time, but most of the time.
Yeah, like I just get oily in my T-zone because it's just
Yeah.
like sebum production. It's just like genetics. Like there's nothing really I can do about it, but like try and tackle it in my skincare routine as much as I can.
Like as much hyaluronic acid as possible.
Yeah.
I went into Home Bargains the other day and they had like hyaluronic acid shot things.
Go off, Home Bargains.
I was like, go on. I'm gonna go in with concealer first. I'm a little bit backwards, guys, so I do everything in such a backwards order.
So I would never ever do concealer before foundation. I don't know why. I'm just like, it's a no from me.
I've literally always done it.
Is that gonna be light enough for me?
Well, this is the one that I'm gonna use first. So I'm gonna use this to almost like cancel out any like little bits that we don't want. So it'll help to cover freckles and help to cover like any discoloration. I love freckles as well, but
like obviously you're like really close to my face right now. My face is covered in them, isn't it? Like
yeah. I love freckles. I had a girl in the other day for her makeup and she had the most beautiful face of freckles, and
Aww.
she came in and she was literally just like, I literally just want my skin to look like my skin, just better. And I was like, yes.
She's freckly and proud.
I was like, I love that. It's funny because last time I did your makeup, you wouldn't have even got to see me doing half of it. Because
No, because yeah.
I had you turned a little bit. Yeah, I always use a slightly darker concealer. Like, not much darker, but just a touch. I use it first. I just feel like it sort of neutralises the area first before you brighten it. So instead of like using a colour corrector, I'd use just a concealer that's like one shade darker.
Yeah.
Cute, cute, cute. So I'm gonna mix the Nars Foundation.
So I've literally bullied Abby into using a makeup by Ariel brush because I never shut up about these. I literally never shut up.
I'm normally a beauty blender girl as well for foundation.
I never shut up.
So I've mixed Nars
Radiant Longwear.
Longwear. It's got such a long name, so I'm
does.
just always like, my mind just cannot take it. So I like to work section by section. Oh,
Brush is
it's
nice.
not as dense as what I thought it would be.
No, it's not that dense. It's really, really nice.
I'm glad because I hate it when it's too dense and then you can't move it.
I feel like when brushes are too dense, they're really hard to clean as well.
And you can't move your product.
And like client to client, that must be a nightmare. Like there's definitely something that probably you have to factor in. Is like, can you clean and dry a brush in between clients? Like,
Exactly. I feel like as well having like a really nice hydrated skin in front of you, it's always better because I like to use a hell of a lot of powder because I love doing a matte skin.
So loads and loads of people, when I did a question box on Instagram, were asking how we met, and I just feel like we just one day were friends.
I feel like that as well. Like I literally don't think we really have a story to it.
No.
Because obviously, like, I became friends with Echo before I became friends with like Khaled, Alfie, and all them.
Yeah.
But like we was like friends. It's just we were just friends. Like we never
I don't remember.
really...
Yeah, I don't remember how it happened or when it happened or anything. Like it probably just happened like conversation by conversation, isn't it? Like naturally over time. And then
I feel like we just clicked. I feel like me and Echo were two personalities that are just sort of, we're very similar. I think. Like, I feel like we have a lot of similar personality traits, which is probably why we have clicked so easily. Whereas, like, with other people, I feel like because I'm a little bit more socially awkward than Echo.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like when I click with someone, I click with someone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It just happened overnight. It just happened. One
But
day we were friends. We were not friends, and then we were friends.
Yeah, literally. But as well, like, I sort of introduced you to the rest of like Khaled.
Yeah.
I introduced Echo to Khaled because I was friends with Khaled at this point.
Yeah.
And then obviously me and Khaled were also friends with Alfie, and then we invited Echo into our little group chat. So we have like a little group chat with.
Now we have a whole little friend group, don't we?
Yeah, we've got a little colleague.
It's cute and whatever.
There's me, Cheryl, Echo, Hannah, Alfie, and Khaled.
Yeah.
And it's cute as well because we're all so different, and like
Yeah, it's nice.
our age gaps, like none of it really matters. Like no one really takes it into consideration about
No.
anything. No one's really judged or anything.
No.
It's nice to have a friend group that you like feel like you actually fit into. I think, and when you all enjoy doing like the same kind of stuff as well.
We all just love makeup.
We do. And it's fun as well because like obviously you can meet up and you can just do each other's makeup and stuff. Like, so even if you're just going round to your friend's house, there's something to do.
You can beat a face.
Like, you're never going to be sat there like scrolling through Netflix being like, oh, what should we do? Like, oh, there's nothing on TV. Like, what can we actually do? Like, you've always got something to do.
Because obviously, like, say you're doing 15 clients a day. Obviously, like, you have like, you do like from pale to to dark. So like, do you find you run out of products really fast?
I feel like
have
the
a high
ones
turnaround.
Yeah, the ones that I go through the most are like fake tan sort of colours. A lot of my clients.
She's a northerner.
Like, a lot of my clients wear fake tan.
Yeah.
So like, sort of like Nars Stromboli, like
The
that
classics,
sort of
yeah.
colour. It's gone. It's gone. Like within about 3 weeks, that's gone.
So wow, like a whole foundation in 3 weeks you can go through, do you reckon?
But like my paler ones,
insane.
and like to be fair as well, like my medium deep. So do you know, like,
I guess like where you live on the outside of Manchester is quite a high populated area for like Asian people, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, definitely. And there's a whole lot of white clients as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's mainly white and Asian, whereas there's not many black people where I live.
Yeah.
So when I have my black clients coming in, they've usually travelled out from the other side of Manchester.
Yes,
and that's always so like such a nice feeling that they've wanted to travel to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like especially as well, like,
I feel like there's that trust there, because like obviously like I'm not very dark, I'm mixed race, but I'm not very dark at all.
Yeah, you're so literally
I've never really suffered with like
you're
being able
not
to
much
find,
darker than like fake tan colour anyway.
Yeah, and like a lot of my friends are of like deeper complexion and stuff, and they've always really struggled to like, if I'm not available to do their makeup or something. Yeah. So I think when a black person entrusts you to do their makeup, especially when you're not black, it's like a really big deal.
It is, and it's such a rewarding thing too, because when they leave, like literally I had a client the other day, and she was, when she seen her face, she was so gassed, like she was like, oh my god. She literally hugged me. She was like, oh, like, she was like, you literally have slayed my face like so much. And
cute.
It's so nice, like it's such a rewarding feeling. And they'll tell me like when they come in, they're like, oh, my friends have been saying like, do you know, oh, like, are you sure like about this? Like obviously she's white, like is she gonna have your shade and stuff? And I feel like I can understand it in a way, because it's like, there is that sort of barrier, and I feel like especially in Manchester there's not many people that cater to deeper skin tones, which it is sad.
Yeah,
but when
I feel like even in here in London, it's like a worry.
Really?
Like that people have, unless you go like maybe
I thought
like
London would definitely be more diverse, considering.
No, maybe like East London and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
But like even then, I feel like when I did like say, because obviously we've got the big shopping centre, I got Stratford. Even when I used to work there, like people would be like, like black girls will come up to me and be like, no, I want you to do my foundation match. I don't want anyone. I want you to do my foundation match. I'm like, oh damn.
Because the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is it's not just about finding a foundation that like looks like, oh, this is a similar colour to you. It's about finding the tone. Like, obviously I've got fake tan on at the minute, but when I don't have fake tan on, I'm pale as fuck. But I have a very strong yellow undertone, and a lot of foundations have a pink undertone
when they're light.
They're light, and that can be a bit of a struggle for me because if I put that on, you can tell it makes me look ill. But I feel like it's pretty similar when it comes to like working on a deeper skin tone as well. So it's like you use a foundation that's the wrong colour, they're gonna look ashy, or they're gonna look too warm, or like
when I used to work, like not where I work now, before that, the area that I worked in was a very, very high population of Asian people, and obviously like
they're more olive.
Culturally, like they want to be lighter, like to them that's more beautiful. Like, do you get that as well? And like obviously it's the struggle of, because you always want a client to look their best and feel their best, but like obviously to them that is their best, but to you it might not be. It's about finding that balance. And I find that sometimes there's a point where you've got to say no. Like normally I don't really wear fake tan day to day. It's normally like when I'm going out, or just if I'm feeling a bit rubbish about myself. Like I feel like when you have a bit of tan, like you feel a bit more sunnier, don't you?
It just brightens up your complexion a little bit. So I feel like my eyes stand out more and stuff when I've got tan on, so I feel like I just look a bit healthier. And then when I'm working normally I don't wear tan, but I get clients coming in sometimes and they'll be like, oh, like can you put your colour foundation on me? Bear in mind I am an NC10, a MAC NC10 without tan on. My goodness, with tan on I'm an NC20, and they're like even darker than like and you are with tan on. Usually they'd be like an NC30, 35, and they're asking me to put an NC10 on them. Now if I was to do that, like they would turn ashy. Because I guess it's the balance of like like I was saying, them feeling they look good, you feeling they look good, but also it's your work, like that person's your advertising board. Exactly. And it's one of those things as well, like if they feel more comfortable, like you want to create that balance where they're feeling comfortable, they're feeling beautiful, but then your work is still going to reflect well. So I would only ever go lighter to the point where they're not going to turn into a whole other colour. Like I need to keep their tone. We can take them a couple of shades lighter if that's by choice. And same like if they wanted to go darker. Now, but I'm not changing the actual tone. Like I'm not going to change the race. Like I don't want my white clients to be leaving looking ethnic. And then same as well, you don't want your ethnic clients looking white. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like there's a whole sort of barrier that you've got to sort of stay clear of, but then you still want people to feel happy and comfortable within your work, and it is difficult to find that balance sometimes, and for people to have your trust. But it's like I feel like once you've done it and they're happy with the end result, they're like, actually I'm glad that your decision was put in. Because it is difficult to say no to clients sometimes. But they'll feel they look good at the end. For sure. No, I definitely agree with you. It's like as well, I love a bright under eye, but there's a difference between having a bright under eye and then having white under your eyes. Oh, there's like a hair or something on my face. You've got a little hair. Can you get it for me, please? It is difficult because you want everyone to be happy, but then trying to make them happy and also do your job to a really good standard can be quite difficult. Like I remember I was doing someone's makeup and they were like, oh no, like I want my whole brow filled in like a Sharpie brow, I hate that.
And I was like, no. Like, yeah, I think it is finding that balance and stuff. I was like, we can go dark and bold, but like honestly, like it's just not gonna look good if I fill in your brow the whole way and stuff. And I think people appreciate honesty, like polite honesty sometimes. Obviously, don't be rude.
Yeah, you can't sit there and be like, actually, that's gonna make you look a mess.
Yeah.
You've got to just be like, actually, I think that perhaps if we did it would be a little bit more flattering.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my god, this is Abby's first time using blushed bronzed.
I'm excited. So I actually like to do my cream bronzer before I go in with my brightening concealer.
Same. Samesies.
Twinsies. This is really nice. It's like a really airbrushed, like whipped formula. I know, like it's literally the same as blush, like normal blush, but just bronze.
Different formula.
Is it? Mm. I'm gonna say it feels like a little bit different.
Yeah.
This feels like easier to blend, a lot more soft. Okay, so we're gonna draw. Obviously, if this was a client, I wouldn't be able to apply directly to the face. However, this is Echo's own product.
It's fine.
So don't come at me for...
They're like, you dirty girl. You're always doing some mad arm movements like...
I know, I put my arm in such a weird position. But it feels
I'm
more
like,
comfortable.
hi guys.
It just feels so much more comfortable.
I'm dead.
That's your whole catchphrase.
I'm dead.
I'm dead.
I literally, that's from my friend Amy that I used to work with. I 100% blame her from that. Cute. That's such a nice colour. Yeah, that one's nice. I'm glad I got that.
I just want to put it right into your hairline though, because I don't want it to be like a little gap. I hate when there's that little line. I've started doing my under eye shadow like after powder.
It depends what look I'm doing.
I always do it.
Depends.
So at the minute I'm just making sure everything is really seamless. I hate when there's too many harsh lines. I'm gonna go and get that Revolution stick because I'm just gonna get it snatched right at the top.
Natural.
I feel like that shade's perfect for like, really cute. It's like a really soft bronze. But I want to really snatch that edge. I'm gonna do your nose contour with it too. It's just like,
This looks
nice colour. That's what I've got on now.
She's gonna contour me even more.
Yeah, so obviously I've put on a little bit of the Made by Mitchell blush. But then this one's a little bit warmer toned. So you'll get a little bit more of a bronze effect with this one. The other one was more to like shape. But this one's just a little bit more bronzy. It's a Revolution foundation stick in F13. It's been a favourite for years though, so I love it.
I feel like it's quite popular this. I've heard of a few people like using it.
Do you know how many I've got in my drawer at home? Just take a guess.
5, 10.
12.
I was close. I was like, bruh, we're not gonna go above 15.
I did have 15.
Bruh.
I used 3 of them. Because they're always sold out, so every time they come back I just buy loads. And that's probably why they're sold out, because of me.
Because of you.
Sorry. And as well, like every student that that comes to train with me and stuff, they're like, okay, so what do you recommend? And obviously at the minute, like the Pink Honey BFF Face Frosting. So yeah, the Pink Honey BFF Face Frosting is my favourite thing at the minute. But I feel like because this has been such a staple in my kitchen like forever, it's just one of those things that like I'll always have with me. Okay, we get a little bit more. I have the niftiest, easiest Nars Contour trick ever at the minute.
I'm ready to be amazed.
It's like, it's not even like amazing, it's just literally the simplest thing ever. So I'm going to get like a little brush like this, just like a little shader brush. Is that focused? Please focus.
It's focused on my face. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So, just a little shader brush like that. So guys, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know if you can tell. And I literally just draw 2 little lines right up the nose. Right in the centre. And then I want them to sort of just join back into where the eyeshadow is. It's the easiest little thing ever. It's just not even like a proper hack. Can I even class it as a hack? Because it's just simple. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender. There's literally nothing on it, so it's going to be really easy. And then I just tap over the top. Try not to move it too much so then it keeps your product in place. But it just blends that product out and keeps it there, so you get that really natural but snatched effect on the nose. And then I'm going to pop a little bit right on the tip as well to give that cute little pixie lift. I love to see it. So I'm going to mix Can't Cope with Coral and Sweet Cheeks to create pastel realness.
So someone asked, what age did we both start like makeup Insta and why? Mine's
how
coming
old?
up to,
I was
coming
16.
up to 4 years ago.
Mine's
so
3.
I was like 22.
I was 16. So
I was like 21, 22. Must have been.
When I started, it was mainly because when I was 16, literally the day after my 16th birthday, my stepdad passed away. And I was one of those people, like I used to do makeup in my room. And I just used to watch
really
YouTube
encouraged
videos.
you, didn't he?
Yeah, so he always used to say to me, he was like, oh, like you're good at makeup, like why don't you actually do it as a job? Like you can do this, you can do that with it. And like he was one of those people that saw the light in like everything. So he was saying to me, he was like, oh, like why don't you just do it? And I was always like, no, like I was set, like I wanted to do tattooing. I wanted to be a tattooist.
Really? I didn't know that. My stepdad's tattooist.
I always wanted to be a tattooist. Because I used to love drawing. And I thought that that'd be like my dream career. I think that's why I've got such a thing for graphic liner. Yeah. Because it's like you need a really steady hand for that.
Yeah. And whereas, because I've been taught how to classically draw, I feel like that's where like my skill from that comes from. Like replica, like making like replicas and stuff like that.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So for me, he'd always said to me like, just why don't you do it? And I was like, no, like I was too shy. Like I was always like, I want to do tattooing and I want to do this, I want to do that. Like I'm not really sure what I want. And after he passed away, which was obviously like really, really saddening because I was really close to my stepdad. Everyone always thinks though that when I say I'm close to my stepdad that I'm not close to my dad, but it's like
no, but like you can be both. That's like what I'm like as well. Like I call my stepdad and my dad dad, and a lot of people think that's really weird, but like even my stepdad and my dad get along. They go out with each other and stuff, like they get along
literally
really well.
Though. But like me and my dad are really close, and then me and my stepdad were really close as well.
Yeah.
And then after he passed away, that was when my brain sort of clicked, and I was like, do you know what? If there's a time, it's now. So I was like, well, I might as well just do it in a way.
YOLO, literally.
I was like, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Yeah. And that's the way that I sort of saw it. I was like, well, if it goes wrong, not really
yeah,
much.
you only live once.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm just gonna try it.
Yeah.
And hope for the best. So I started practicing even more, and then I set up like a little account on Instagram and just started posting looks and stuff like that. They weren't really good, I'm not gonna lie. They was a bit shocking. But everyone's rubbish when they first start out.
Period. Big
Everyone's
facts.
rubbish when they
Big
first
facts.
start out. And if someone's gonna say that they're not, then they're lying. So there's not one person that started out that hasn't been through the rubbish makeup phase.
Yeah. No, for sure. But no, I think that's like really inspiring.
It's one of those things, I think, because like everyone always says to me as well, like whenever I put question things on Instagram, everyone always says to me, they're like, how do you stay motivated? How do you like stay inspired? Like what keeps you going? Like da 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 da. And for me, it literally is the fact that my career sort of lies in my stepdad's memory. So
I guess like you're kind of like in a way carrying on his legacy, like in a way, like
yeah,
almost, yeah.
Like he wanted me to do this, so I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna do no half-hearted bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I swear on your thing?
Yeah.
Sorry
Not
to any
precious.
children. But it's like I'm not gonna do it half-hearted. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like it's just one thing that I want to succeed so I can make him proud.
Oh, honey, you definitely succeeded. Don't you worry. You definitely
So,
succeeded.
I feel like that is the one thing that keeps me motivated. Like it's one thing that I think I could never really give up on, because if I did, I'd feel like I actually would be letting him down.
Yeah.
So
Oh, bless you. I actually got like bullied into starting Instagram. My friend Adele Natalie. Adele doesn't really post on Instagram anymore, but yeah, like Adele, like basically we worked for the same company and we got really, really friendly and everything. And she was like, just do it. Like, what's holding you back? And like anyone that knows me like now would never like, if you knew me in the past and stuff, like I've always been a tomboy. Like I still think I am quite a lot, and I'd never take selfies or pictures of myself. Like I just thought that was the most cringiest thing ever, like taking pictures of myself. But like she kept saying, just do it, do it, do it. Like what's holding you back? Like you never know until you try. So I finally did it and stuff, and yeah, like I really enjoyed it. And like obviously as time goes on, you get better and better and you get more self-confidence and everything. And
no, literally,
yeah, I was just
that's
plodding
so
along.
true.
Mine's a lot less inspiring than yours, but you know.
I feel like mine's only like interesting though, because it's got
No,
so
it's not
much meaning.
interesting.
Like
inspiring.
no, like it's only like that because it's got that story behind it, and it's like it's obviously rubbish because I've had to go through something so sad. So
Yeah.
in a way, it's good for you.
Yeah.
That yours has been a happy sort of thing for you. Like,
yeah. Hi guys, the camera died, but we're
We're
back.
back.
What did we do? We just literally just finished off the nose
yeah,
contour.
we literally just finished off all of the cream products on the face, and now we're gonna move on to powder. So I'm just gonna quickly dab over everything just to get rid of any little creases.
Nobody likes the crease.
No one likes the crease. So we're gonna take a little fluffy brush. When I say little, I mean a lot. And I'm gonna begin to tap over the face. This is the Charlotte Tilbury powder. Echo swears by this.
It's so nice.
So I'm like giving it a little go.
It just makes the skin look so smooth.
I normally use the Maybelline Fit Me one.
Oh, do you? That is
And
nice.
I love that.
I don't really like that for setting the whole face. I feel like it's a bit heavy for setting the whole face.
See, I use such a big brushes. I normally don't use one as dense as this either. So I feel like it's workable with.
But I feel like with this powder, the good thing about it is that other powders layer on top of it really, really nicely.
Yeah.
Like when you put bronzer and stuff on it, like it just like blends so easily.
Definitely. I like that they're in a powder. That's one thing that I look for as well. Because I don't ever just use one.
Yeah.
And as well, because I've cream contoured and put my blusher on already, we'll have less work to do later on, which is always a plus side. And I always leave the under eyes as well, so It's a little bit weird, but I never use the same powder under the eyes. I always use one that's a little bit brighter, and then...
Yeah, I do too. A brighter one under the eyes. So she's looking awake.
Awake. So, mine and Echo's favourite brightening powder is the Essence Brighten Up.
Yeah.
It's literally the nicest thing ever. And it's so, like, cheap as well. I think it's like, isn't it like £3?
Yeah. £3, literally. You say that they don't break on you. Like, I've had 3 that have all broken. Like, they always break on me.
Mine have never broke on me.
They always break on me.
These look right up to me. Yeah, mine never ever break on me. But I love them so much.
So good. They stopped selling it for ages as well.
Oh,
like
really?
the year before last, they stopped selling it for ages. It was so hard to get hold of. But they've started selling it again now. Praise the Lord Jesus. Because I literally used this for years.
Really?
Yeah. Nearly 4 years now, I think.
See, I've only used it for about a year. And as well, it's nice because it works on not just like my skin tone, but it works on yours as well.
Yeah. But it's not a lot of skin tones.
Like
Only like really, really dark people I wouldn't use it on.
Yeah.
But then you can get a peach one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've not seen that one.
Yeah.
She is bright. And now we're gonna go back in with the Booty Blender. Just to press over it, and again make sure everything's nice and blurred before I go in with anything else. Charlotte Tilbury bronzer.
10 out of 10.
Because Echo says it's the best.
This one's really good.
That's literally the sort of brush that I was looking for.
Yeah, I thought so.
So
yeah, Charlotte Tilbury bronzer is so good. So nice.
yes, so we're going to use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. This one's in the shade...
I think it's medium?
3.
Oh, 3, yeah, that's it.
It's in the shade 3 Tan. I love a brush like this for bronzer. These are the aerial brushes with Mercier.
They're just so good. They're so good. They're 10 out of 10.
It's so nice.
I need to sell them individually because there's some that I just need like 10 of.
This one is one of them. And I love when you can like blend that little bit back into the forehead. And it's all nice and cohesive.
This bronzer's nice now.
I do like it. I don't really use much Charlotte Tilbury stuff.
It does some really nice stuff.
I think I want to buy the foundation.
Yeah.
This is cute. It looks nice with the powder and that blush.
She's starting to look put together and whatever.
She is indeed. I'm going to use another aerial brush. This one is the A29.
That one comes in the eye set and the face set. I have 2 of those, I think, because I bought both sets.
I'm going to use this one for nose contour.
Completely in the way of the camera.
Lol. I just do not understand YouTube. When I'm doing like full glam for like Instagram and stuff, I love to just really snatch the nose. I love a really sharp nose contour. Just put it this way for me a little bit. And again, it's just about making it nice and cohesive, making sure everything's nice and blended. So I want all edges to be blended into each other.
And I can't believe that Abby doesn't have the Scott Barnes blush palette.
Literally, I've wanted it for so long.
It's 10 out of 10. Like, it's actually 10 out of 10. Like, the shades in it are just mwah, and like mixing them. Like, you can literally create every shade of blush with
palette.
these 6 colours, because these 2 are highlights, but you can literally create every colour like by mixing 2 or 3 and stuff. Like, it's 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna mix. I'm gonna start off with Sweet Cheeks just on its own. Only the tiniest bit, because obviously I don't know how big Untitled is. So I'm going to take the tiniest bit. This is the one that I'm going to sort of place all over the cheek just to be like my base colour. I like to layer up more than one blush. Let me head this way for me. I can't ever just use one.
Gotta have half a blush.
And then I'm going to use the shade Rose. I'm going to use this at the really high points to give like that Kylie Jenner sort of cheek. I feel like with matte skin, it literally is just all about blush.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Like, look at that side compared to that side. So much nicer.
So someone asked us if we could have one makeup product, what would it be? I hate it when people ask. It would probably be, for me, probably something to do with my brows.
Yeah, see, for me it wouldn't, because my brows are already so full.
I feel like a brow pencil. I only have like freaking half a
I
brow.
feel like for me it'd probably be concealer, because I can't live without having bronzer on my face. With concealer, you can brighten and bronze.
True.
If you have 2 shades of concealer.
True. That's a cheat code.
It is a cheat code, but it's clever. These are so pigmented.
It's nice, isn't it?
But it's like really blendable as well.
Mm.
So we're gonna bake. And this is the Mercier honey powder. I've not actually used this one. Yeah, I've not actually used this one yet.
It's really nice.
I always use the normal translucent.
I feel like the difference between this one and the translucent one is like it just kind of helps to keep the warmth in the face, like the yellow tone in the face, which is nice when like you're setting. I normally use this to set my whole face.
See, I like the dubious ones.
Mm.
They're very warm toned.
Mm.
You need to try them. I literally leave the bake on for all of about 3 seconds. Like,
A quick bake. Bake and go.
yeah, I never leave it on too long because there's literally no point.
Mm. So someone asked us, I think it was like advice for someone like starting out on Instagram, which we get asked all the time. I feel like that's a question we get asked all the time. But I would just always just say, just like being consistent. I feel like it's hard now on Instagram. Like I would not want to be starting Instagram right now.
I literally had a conversation with Echo. We was eating our dinner before, and I turned around to Echo and said, "Do you know what? Like, I'm so glad that I'm booked and busy with clients because I've come to the point where I can't be bothered with Instagram anymore. Like,
yeah,
I'm sick of trying to be a people pleaser, and I feel like that's what you normally doing when you're on Instagram. You're trying to work out what everyone wants to see, and it's like then you get to a point where you don't really enjoy doing what you're doing, and you're like you're in a bit of a rut, and then you become sad and you're not inspired and stuff like that.
I think my biggest advice if you're starting off at Instagram is be mentally stable. Because boy, Instagram won't send you on a roller coaster, girl. I can't send you on a roller coaster.
Literally.
But yeah, I would say probably something like TikTok or YouTube is probably going to be a lot more stable, really, like consistent and stuff. Like Instagram's really hard at the moment, really hard. It's a cold world on these streets on Instagram.
So my favourite little tip at the minute as well, guys, if you pop a little bit of setting spray on a beauty sponge, and then you go over your beak, it just gets rid of that crusty sort of powdery effect. It still keeps like the blur, but just sort of simmers it down a little bit so it's not like crusty. Just blends everything a little bit more seamlessly as well. Cute, whatever.
I don't think I've ever had like this much makeup on and not had my brows done before.
Oh yeah, because I do brows last.
It's always like the first thing I do is my brows.
I think I did your brows first last time.
Yeah, I don't remember. I can't remember.
So we're going to use a little Fenty highlighter. Now I only really highlight the nose.
Oh yeah, you use like a tiny tiddly brush, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got like the teeniest little brush. And yeah, I'm literally just highlighting right on the high points of the nose. And then I am just going to pop the tiniest bit on the chin as well. I only really highlight the centre points of the face. I don't feel like there's much point in doing anything else, personally. Unless, if it's creative glam, then I always do, but something quite pretty and neutral, I'll leave it at that. And just to highlight and brighten up the inner corner, I'm just going to take an Inglot white shadow. Let's look right up there. So right in the inner corners of the eyes.
It's like a matte inner corner highlight.
Yeah. So I sort of blend it around first and then I tap it on after I've got my blend. Just makes everything so nice and pretty.
You're terrible putting your head in the way.
Sorry guys, I got a big head. I actually am I would be the world's worst YouTuber. This is why I couldn't do a tutorial. Sorry guys.
This is Abby's head. An hour's worth of Abby's head.
I'm dead. Just look right up. So I'm going to pop a little bit of bronzer right underneath the eye.
So just Hoola Caramel.
Yes, indeed it is.
I used it once and it was so warm it's kind of terrified me. I've not used it since.
I feel like you should keep it as an eyeshadow.
It's just really warm. I don't really like a really warm bronzer.
I do. I love the warmth. Another few seconds of my head. Sorry guys.
Oh no, you're not in the way actually.
Oh, surprise, surprise. I've literally been wanting to try these for the longest time. So they're the Tatty Lash Side Chick Lashes. I'm obsessed with the half lash. Literally, it's all I ever do on myself. And I'm hoping that I can convert Echo.
I always wear a half lash, but I don't wear a little half lash or a big half lash.
I just think they're so cute. These are so pretty. These are like the same as like what I've got on now, except mine are not these exact ones.
Okay, so we just filled in the brows, popped some lashes on and put some mascara on, and now we're going to do some lips.
So we're going to literally finish off. I need a sharpener. So we're going to line the lips. I love lining the lips. Like, I used to hate having to do this, but it's my least favourite part.
It used to be my least favourite as well.
Makeup application. Lipstick I'm going to use, so I have 2 lipsticks out.
You just can't decide.
Well, I'm going to use both, so I'm going to use the MAC one in the shade Underplay.
Oh, Underplay. Oh, I've not used this one further.
So I'm literally going to apply that to the centre of the lip, and then I'll blur it out in a second with a brush. And then I'm going to pop Jordana T-shirt in the shade straight on top, but I'm just going to place that right in the centre. It's a bit more of like a
Sure,
focus.
my number had it here and went up.
So I've only got the tiniest, but this is such a light colour. It's just the nicest thing to like create that stark nude lip. And then I'm going to pop on a little bit of gloss over the top. It's my big head. I'm literally sick of having a big
Which one's
head.
this one? Oh, the next
This,
one.
yeah.
Next
so
Filler Intense. You know what shade? Brunch Drunk or the pink?
Yeah, Brunch Drunk.
Yeah, I love this. It's like a plumping one. But like the sparkle in it.
Makes your lips look bigger.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I love the sparkle.
I have 2 of these in there, I'm pretty sure.
You're the one that got me onto this one.
Uh-huh.
You and Callum both got me onto them. The first time ever Echo has been glammed up by
I just chopped it.
me and not had creative. I do not look that good right now. My makeup's destroyed on my own face.
Destroyed and making someone else look beautiful.
I touch my own face way too much.
I did. But no, I'm obsessed. I look stunning.
So cute. You do look stunning. She looks beautiful. I can't wait to get some pictures.
Yeah.
And we'll attach them as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing my makeup. I love you so much. But no, it looks amazing. It looks stunning. Like I can't, like the mirror is right there and I'm like, like I look so good. Thank you so much. And I hope you all loved this video. Me and Abby loved doing it for you guys. But
It's
if you
so
want
fun to be on.
yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun. See, she's a YouTube version before this. So if you'd like Abby to come back and do something else, if you'd like me to do Abby's makeup maybe, or something like that, please let us know. But we love you so much, guys, and we hope that you're having a great lunch, brunch, dinner, whatever it is, wherever you are
In the world.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.
Mwah.
Mwah. I'm Echo.
Hi guys. Why are you doing me like this? Why are you doing me like this? Huh? Rudeness. Pinching my nose. Oh yeah.
And I just wanna party with you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Much more room to work with.
You can do it. Why can't you open things? There we go.
I'm so stupid. You look scary right now.